Des, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
I read in another interview where you were speaking very passionately about your yoga. I was wondering, when did you actually start practicing that? At what point?
Yoga. I started practicing yoga probably about 2 or 3 years ago. And what a difference.
Why? What was the cause that made you look into
the
that?
desire was to keep healthy on tour, as well as, you know, as I grow older, keep my body in shape, keep my core in shape. I mean, so I can hop up on monitors and my balance is good, and it's just absolutely changed my whole lifestyle. I mean, it changes everything about you, you know, your whole being, from what you eat to the way you think to how you approach your day. You know, I like to give myself a half hour in the morning, and then I go do yoga as well, so I get at least an hour and a half to, you know, to just come into the day. Really, you should take time. Even if you have to get up early in the morning, take time for yourself. It just changes the whole rest of the day.
Because when you look back, maybe before you start practicing that, maybe the old you, if you can say like that, yeah, what would you think? How long could you have gone on with that previous lifestyle? Were you hitting a certain point that was almost, yeah, hitting a brick wall or something?
Well, I mean, everybody has had their overindulgences, you know, on tour. I've been on tour for a long time, and I mean, so of course I've tried to keep everything, you know, inscribed within the circle. You know, but you come out of pocket once in a while. You know, my thing for starting yoga was to get my lifestyle, you know, happening to where longevity is easy to attain.
Did it also jump over to other members in the band? Did they see you as a good example? Did you set an example for them?
No, I don't know, man. I don't think it's everybody leads their own life out here, right? You'll have some guys that'll not drink on a tour, and the next tour they'll have drinks or whatever. I mean, it's, you know, we have a saying within the DevilDriver camp: keep it within the zone.
And the zone is each for his own.
And each guy will say that if one guy's getting over the edge or whatever. Hey, you're going out of the zone, and we all know what that means, and it's kind of a key word to jump back into shape, you know.
Was this something you already did from early on, because you have experience with previous bands, so you probably know what it is like to keep everything healthy?
Well, I watched my previous band fall apart on hard drugs, so I know exactly what it's like to, you know, go outside of the circle and get outside of the zone. You know, and the whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll thing, it's really the drugs that fucks up the sex and the rock and roll, man, big time. So, you know, whatever. And, you know, speaking for DevilDriver, I mean, we're all grown men, so we're out here to do a job, you know. If somebody's paying money, like right now on the Machine Head, you know, run, they're paying $40 a ticket or whatever. It's like, they want to get a show, so got to be ready to do your thing. That doesn't mean you can't have a little wine before the show, though.
You can prove that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just, last question about this. You said that it also changed the way you think. Can you describe maybe a certain example of in what way does it change your way of thinking?
Specifically, what?
Yoga and the healthier lifestyle that you lead now.
I just think I mean, everything from yoga to reading will open your pineal gland, and when your pineal gland starts opening, you're going to change and transform. That's it. Everything within your daily life, as well as learning to astral project. I mean, these are things we can all do as humans. We're just so shut off because all we think about is, you know, we have to pay the bills, we have to get to work. You know, we don't bother to look up at the sky or look within. So I start my day every morning looking within, and it helps me to look outside a lot better.
Did you reappreciate maybe also the thing that you're doing now with DevilDriver? Was there a certain point also maybe that it can get a routine in a way that you sort of
Yeah, I like the routine. I'm that guy though.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I liked the routine. You know, getting up a certain time, going to school, all of that. It's when you get older, you have to figure out what to do with yourself. Out here on the road, it is a routine. You have a certain time you're usually going to bed, a certain time you're waking up, when you're doing press, when is allotted for just you before the show to have, you know, a glass of wine with friends and sit. You know, after the show, what you're going to do. I like the whole regimen of things. I mean, if it gets Groundhog Day, then it gets good for me, right? There's been a lot of days off on this tour, actually, and sometimes it's hard to get in that. I like when there's 16, 17, 20 shows in a row. That way you could just start hitting it, start getting in the groove, you know.
What are the kind of days off for you then? Do you have to then relearn what to do with them?
Some days are different, you know. Some days are everybody's leaving and going into the town, and I'm sitting on the bus watching movies, chilling out. Other days are, you know, like yesterday we had one of the best days off in tour ever here in Tilburg that we've ever had. It was amazing. We all went out, got caught in a rainstorm, ran into a coffee shop. After that, went to go get food, and all sat and had food for like 3 hours, and then, you know, came back all as friends, and we're laughing and having a great time. And so moments like that are rare for me, because we usually work so hard. I see the back lounge of the bus and the stage. You know.